Awesome. So maybe I can just give a quick introduction of you, Danielle, and then I'll let you tell us about Popshop Live, and then we can watch the quick demo video. So Danielle Lee is the founder and CEO of Popshop Live, a cutting-edge mobile marketplace enabled by interactive live videos. She has reimagined the e-commerce experience for the Snapchat generation and made it her mission to build online spaces where social, entertainment, and commerce intersect. So Popshop Live is a live stream shopping platform that combines social media, e-commerce, and entertainment. Popshop Live is more than a marketplace for e-commerce transactions. It is a space where people create communities and share person-to-person connection via physical goods. And so, Danielle, could you briefly tell us more about yourself, Popshop Live, and also the problems that Popshop Live solves?
Hi, thanks for the introduction. It's actually a very thorough introduction. I feel like I can be more thorough about that. But I would like to share a little bit about the journey because of COVID or in the recent years, a lot of people see the opportunity of live streaming or video, but we started to explore this idea since 2016 and bootstrap a few years. And in 2017, we actually have to sell some Bitcoin to fund the company. So it was 2018 we started to build a scalable product and also the playbook for not just about the products, but also enable sellers to create successful live shows. So here's 2019, COVID or shelter in place definitely has brought a lot of attention to live streaming and also fast-tracked a lot of our seller adoption. So yeah, I'm happy to discuss more and share our insights about live streaming and retail and e-commerce.
Great. So before we go to the questions, I'll share my screen and we can watch the 1-minute video quickly. Can you see my screen? Okay, cool, thank you.
This is like perfect for summer.
This is like one of our best sellers.
Color coordinate with your outfit.
Beautiful bowl. And it smells so good.
Oh, sold out!
Love spell one. This is it.
It really does look like the skin of a chameleon.
He's a lazy egg and he talks and says different things.
Oh, they got fire purpose.
Go for a larger one and then a smaller one to just offset it.
All our welcome here puzzle, 1,000 pieces.
There's a bunch of blind boxes here just so I can crowd the screen.
Oh my gosh, he's so angry. What?
And it's super cheap today. And it just sold.
Yeah, let's go!
So I'm gonna include the AirPods in your box. Yay! What do you say?
Thanks.
I will knock $8 off of anything.
These are all the EV evolutions.
Little pink butterfly.
Thank you for supporting small businesses.
Wow, we are pretty much sold out. I am blown away.
Cool. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what Popshop Live's interface looks like. And I guess we can start with some of my questions. So first one is, Danielle, could you tell us who your target audience is? And how severe is the problem not being able to reach your customers directly and build connections directly for your target audience?
Well, while we wait for Danielle to reconnect with the backstage, have 2 more sessions today. 3 p.m. I'm very excited to be in conversation with Hans Tung of GGV. If you're not aware of who Hans is, he's an incredibly prominent venture capitalist in and around e-commerce, invested in businesses like Affirm, ByteDance, Poshmark, Slack, Wish, Xiaomi, and more. He's been named to the Midas list 8 times. and has been named to the New York Times CB Insights Top 100 Venture Capitalist lists 4 times, and hopefully going to get some insightful perspectives from him on e-commerce broadly, what can be learned from Chinese approaches to e-commerce and Chinese consumer, and explore things like fitness and hardware as in-home hardware as an emerging channel, as well as some other things. So looking forward to that conversation, which will be at 3. We'll end the day with Mycroft at 3:30, and then we'll be picking up tomorrow morning for another full day of sessions at 10 a.m. I think that this day has been pretty interesting in terms of the perspectives of companies who presented. We've had on stage here a number of novel and leading edge startups, companies like Roadie, who spoke to the amazing job I think they've done enabling last mile delivery for some of the world's largest retailers. Not only being able to deliver same day and allowing companies like Tractor Supply and Home Depot to compete with Amazon, but the responsiveness of the platform. Oh, and here we have Danielle, so I can stop riffing and rambling. Right, Yuqing, I'll pass it back to you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Thanks for the patience for the technical problem. Yeah.
No problem. So I was asking if you could tell us a little bit about your target audience and the problems that you solve for them, how severe they are.
Yeah. Popshop enables sellers of all types and sizes to create an interactive live show. The problem during COVID is more definitely there definitely more urgency to help solve the problem with the sellers with physical stores. I don't know, have you seen recently there is a stat show Yelp, they mark more than 40% of their business who mark closed during COVID. They have to mark themselves as permanently closed recently. So it's an interesting problem to solve immediately, but at the same time, in long term, there's flaw in both traditional e-commerce and physical retail. And I think Popshop is really taking the best of both that have the real-time interpersonal experience, like the real-time retail, physical store, and also have the convenience and scalability with the e-commerce. And at the same time, also add a robust layer of community on top of it.
Mm-hmm. And so considering the event and the other companies that have been here throughout the days, there are many ways in which live streaming is being used to drive e-commerce, many of which are represented here at the conference. So for example, producing live shows, leveraging influencers, leveraging user-generated content, etc. Could you tell us more about what makes Popshop Live's approach unique?
Yeah, I think Popshop Live is more focused on the product and using technology to enable sellers to create their very own live show and also offer the playbook. So it's almost like offering a template for them to be creative, and potentially we can work with thousands of sellers who, as long as they use a platform and also use a playbook that we offer to them. So I guess it's technology and also product. That's our focus.
Mm. And what is the experience of working with Popshop Live like for the merchant? Can you give us an example of how you work with the merchant?
Yeah, so on the technical side, we view inventory management, storefront management, and order management in-house. So a seller can run their entire business on an app. And for a seller of bigger size, they can use our web admin to also manage their backend. And also in terms of our team, we have a team of content development and also a team of commerce that actually support every vendor started their business on Popshop. So how it works is that usually our vendors will do weekly show, and each week the show runs as least for an hour. So a lot of our sellers, they're currently doing 2 shows a week, and each show is ranging from 4 hours to 7 hours.
Obviously, with the pandemic, it has had a huge amount of impact on brands, especially smaller brands that sell non-essential goods, and they don't have a substantial cash buffer. Some of those brands will have had to figure out e-commerce on the fly. Since you work closely with brands, I'd imagine that you're seeing this firsthand as well. So can you tell us more about what you're seeing with brands? How are they adapting to this COVID world?
Yeah, we have worked with a few brands that got affected not only by COVID, but also by looting. So it's a very emotional and interesting time and also we feel very honored that we can bring value to them. So for example, we work with a seller that they have 2 physical store and an e-commerce and probably and also a great social media community. So they have to close both stores during COVID, and they started to work with us the first week when they had to close their 2 stores in Los Angeles. And in their first show on Popshop, they sold more on their first show on Popshop than their current e-commerce and offline stores sales combined. And after a few months, they started to realize that they might not necessarily need a storefront, and they started to use Popshop as a primary channel to sell, because it's very interesting how fast the physical store can adapt to live streaming shopping, because they can pretty much turn their physical store to studio and turn all their staff to host immediately. And also it's very and also we started to get a lot of referral from shops that have physical store, and they pretty much can create an e-commerce presence within a week.
And is the idea that after the pandemic is over, that they'll be going back to physical retail, or that they can do just as well on online channels, and so the effects will be permanent?
Yeah, I do think that for a lot of the stores, COVID is almost like an opportunity for them to stop from the week-over-week operation and really think about what their business could look like. And we have talked to a lot of sellers who have a physical store, and they don't think that they're going back to physical retail. And instead, they're going to create more like a showroom space that they can use it for live shopping show production, and also doing and also for their warehouse, and also doing some pop-up events. And this is some discussion that I have with some of the sellers who only use Popshop for 2 months, and they really see hope.
And what advice do you have for a small merchant that's maybe seeing increasing competition on online channels right now?
Yeah, I think live shopping can definitely set most of the brands apart, and it's a really once in 10 years opportunity to make that transition. I will say, live streaming shopping is the only thing that matters in the next few years in retail. And the first retailers or brands who embrace and master live streaming shopping will be the ones who define the landscape of retail in the next few years.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Danielle. So I'm afraid that's all the time we have left. But thank you, Danielle, for chatting with us. And to continue the conversation with Danielle, you can join us in the private breakout room. It's called Sessions on the left of your screen. And Danielle, my colleague Stephen, will be waiting for you there. Or you can stay here at the main stage for a fireside chat between Hans Tong, managing partner at GGV Capital, and Stu, our CEO, on the global e-commerce scene. Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. And yeah, handing back to you, Stu.
Awesome.
Thank you, Yu Cheng, and thank you, Danielle.